Hello, hello. Good evening. There we go. We got signs going. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for watching wherever you are in the world. My name is Alexander Booth. I am the head program instructor and head facilitator for the IBM Data Analytics Professional Certificate, whatever you want to call it, 10-week boot camp. And this is the week three live session or the week three lecture recording. So a little bit of history. I joined the course in week five, so I took over for the last instructor who unfortunately had a medical emergency. So we're actually near the end of the boot camp year, but I'm back recording a few of the lectures just to kind of get a whole history, and also because in the capstone project that we're about to start, that we'll be using Looker and dashboards and visualizations and spreadsheets. So I felt like it would be prudent to record a lecture for that, as well as just have something that I can point to as a reference instead of just hand wavy talk about the media sets that are there. So yeah, officially, if you're just watching on YouTube or Zoom, welcome. Glad to have you here. You should be able to follow along in order, even if I'm recording these a little bit out of order. We're in between World Cup games, so hopefully we can get this in before the next one kicks off here in a little bit tonight. All right. As I mentioned, this is the week three live session. We're going to be focusing on advanced spreadsheets and visualization and dashboard, interactive dashboard designs. So it's almost like our business intelligence week. You'll see kind of where we come from, where we're going. We start off with the history of data analytics. What is data analytics? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to think like an analyst? That's all week one. Week two is spreadsheet week. So it's all Excel and Google Sheets and how do you start processing and interacting with data in a tabular format? Week three, we extend that idea of spreadsheet analysis with visualizations, dashboards, and business intelligence. So that is where we're going to be introducing IBM Cognos as well as Looker today, which are all going to be tools that we can do to create those interactive dashboards for BI work. So let's get into it. I don't have too much in my slides today. I think it's just hello, welcome, getting started, and the purpose of the work. My GitHub is completely up to date. I actually went through and got all of the instructions for all the activities and the workbooks and all that good stuff, all here in my GitHub, as well as my breakdown of the week. That's what we're doing in the README file and my big ideas or my lecture notes that I put together before these live sessions. So you'll see that all about week three is turning analysis into insights. How do we use visualization such as charts, dashboards, and Looker BI to tell data stories? Notice that this is different than where we're going to be going later on in the bootcamp, where we're going to be using code such as Python, Plotly, Dash, Folium to create interactive dashboards programmatically. In this case, we're still in our drag and drop business analyst mindset. Let's see here. At the end of the day, all data analysis and data science is storytelling, right? Storytelling and truth telling. And especially with non-technical stakeholders, we need to have visualizations and visual ways, colors and formatting to quickly highlight our recommendations and really tell that data story. Big idea here is to generate takeaways, actionable insights, right, that our stakeholders can actually use. This can be just as simple as choosing the right graph for the question, making things interactive as opposed to just static, and communicating insights without losing your message, right? How do I make people see the analysis that you've done? So, as I mentioned, we're going to go over visualizations in Excel, dashboarding or simple dashboarding in Excel, IBM Cognos, Google Looker, and then just the final project in week three, which I think is in 3.9 with the automotive thing. We'll see how far I get into that. I think I only have about 45 minutes to an hour here to get everything done. Like I said, you'll see everything in the folders already, and then the key takeaways. You're always going to choose the right graph for the right question. Excel can do a lot, but it doesn't always have to do a lot. And really, what I hope you get away from the Excel unit in week two and week three is the manual labor it takes to deal with Excel. Again, being able to automate and scale some of these dashboard creations with code is going to take you far. Let's see, dashboards are super important. Good ones are clear and focused. Data storytelling is what turns your analysis into actions. So never lose sight of that actionable insight. Why are you doing the analysis? We're not just doing data analysis just because we want to. I mean, sometimes we do, but in the enterprise, we do it to drive business decisions. And BI tools, IBM Cognos, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, QuickSight, Click. There's a whole bunch of them, but they're all do the same thing at the end of the day. We can scale our visualizations. We can do drag and drop. We can integrate with artificial intelligence, right? And how do we kind of build all this out together to expand your data analyst toolkit? Yeah, don't memorize everything in Excel, Cognos, or Looker. The tool is temporary, right? The tool is secondary. It's always just going to be about the big ideas of why to use business intelligence, why to use dashboards and visualizations, and how do we be good data storytellers with our data analytics. My big ideas notebook or PDF, definitely go through this. This has my like big ideas, the whole point of what we're doing in this week. I may come back to this at the end of the lecture if I have anything, just to double check I hit all my topics that I wanted to cover today. But yeah, like I said, feel free to use my notes, use my documents, use my notebooks. Definitely use them as resources. I actually already went through and added module 1 and 2 as well. I do plan on back recording those lectures too over the next week or so. All right, I think that's enough frame setting. Should we get into things? I think so. Everything connects, right? You get from data, data engineering, data analysis, data visualization, and now you have automated dashboard design and automatic dashboard emails and all that good stuff, right? Yeah, data does not speak for itself. You have to speak for the data. That's the whole point of doing analytics, right? Turn that data into insights and then turn those insights into actions. All right, let's get into the media sets here. I'm gonna skip over 3.0. This is to recap on module 2. Essentially, how do you log into Excel for the web and play around with uploading spreadsheets and interacting with spreadsheet basics. I'll open up part 2 if you want to just read over it. Not too much here. Most, like I said, it was mostly around like how do you open up and create a spreadsheet in Excel for the web, which is free, which is awesome. Because yeah, I don't have an office license. So, and then yeah, playing around with Excel, load some data in. How do you click on a cell, right? And how do you select and interact with data? Again, we'll go over this when I do the week 2 live session, or if it's already up and you've already watched it, right? This is just a recap. So let's jump into the real use cases for Excel in the media in the unit today, which is going to be creating visualizations in Excel, which again is extending week 2, which was mostly just data transformation and data aggregation and interaction in Excel. Do you got some videos to watch? There's some good stuff about like why to use specific types of visualizations that I recommend that you watch, as well as how to create some basic charts in Excel. So make sure you work your way through the videos, and let's move over to the first activity today. So let's get into it. So this is in 3.2. We're going to be creating basic charts in Excel. All right, so wish me luck. I'm just kidding. I know Excel. I gotta stretch before trying to flex my Excel knowledge. I know I'm too automative. I automate too much these days. I don't really do too much in Excel. But we'll get after it. We'll see how we go here. All right, so we're gonna open this first lab in Excel for the web. So I just downloaded it. If I go into Excel for the web, I should be able to. Oh, I've already logged in. If you haven't created an account yet, there's one in the media sets. It walks you through how to do that. But once you've logged in, we're just gonna upload a file, and let's go find this lab one start file. Oh my God, it worked. Look how beautiful this is. We got all of our color codes. We got our columns appear at the top. That's all of our car data, all that good stuff. And I think it even gave us the workbook locations or the page tabs where it wants us to create the visualizations. Yeah, we have manufacturer, make, model, how much they've sold, price of it, all that good stuff. All right. What do we want to need to do next? Switch to the worksheet named column charts. In this case, we're going to then click the drop-down arrow at the top of column A, only select Toyota, and then we're going to select columns B and C. So let's see if we can do that. Let's go to column charts. Boop. We're going to filter manufacturer to only, I'm going to uncheck select all. We're only going to select Toyota. And then from there, we're going to highlight mod columns B and C. And then we're going to insert column chart. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I know what I'm doing. All right, so I highlighted columns B and C, insert column, clustered column. I think that's what we want, right? Column clustered. I think that's what we want. Insert. Let's do it. Wow. Power per factor. I think that worked. Did that work? Is that what I'm supposed to be looking at? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we created our little graph here. Now we're going to go edit the title and we're going to say power per factor of Toyota cars. So to do that, I'm going to click on chart title, edit the chart title, power per factor of Toyota cars, and hit OK. And wow, magic. Note that we should probably have a y-axis label here as well. It's always good to have your full labels. But there we go. Our chart should look like this, and I think it does. So go us. High fives all around. Just kidding. I'm so confident about my Excel skills. What are you talking about? All right, next we're gonna keep plugging away. I don't think we'll do all these because we'll see. Let's see how fast we can start whizzing through these. Let's do the area chart next. So let's go to area charts. In the area chart, we're going to filter down to Toyota. We're going to grab B and C, and then we're going to, oh, on the label side, go, I wonder if we could show, yeah, we'll do that when we get there. All right, let's go create our area chart. So we're in area charts. Let's filter to Toyota again. Boom. Columns B through C, and then we're going to insert, and we're going to be inserting an area chart. Where is that? Aha. Area charts. I think it's on this first one. Regular little area chart. Boom. Look at that. Magic. Is that kind of what we're supposed to be making? Yeah, cool. All right, so let's go show the labels. On the labels group of the chart tab, click data labels and click show. Ah, data labels, show. Eh, hey. So so good at Excel. Awesome. What's next? On the format, we're going to click format, and then we're going to fill unit sales gold accent 4. All right. I should just have this on a separate, I feel like I should have the instructions on a separate, I should multi-screen this. But anyway, let's go to format, and we're going to format the series unit, and we're going to fill gold. Oh my gosh, we're so good at this. Awesome. Your chart should look like that. That's exactly what it looks like. 84087, 84087. Oh my God, we're so good at this. Great job, everybody. We're killing it. All right, let's keep moving on here. Create a bar chart and line chart from a pivot table. Okay. Same idea. Let's go to bar chart. We're gonna filter to Toyota. Well, let's see. Bar chart. Oh, what are we doing? Bar chart. Select manufacturer and then filter. And we're going to filter it down to Toyota. Okay. And then we're going to expand the entire field. Boom. And then we're going to insert a bar chart. On the charts group of the insert tab, click bar chart and choose clustered bar charts. Okay. So I don't need to highlight everything. Well, we'll see. Insert bar charts. Oop, I think we did something. Is that right? Average price and average resale value. Ooh, I think that worked. That looks pretty close to what we need to be doing here. All right, sweet. On the floating chart area, text the chart tab. We're gonna add the data labels, select inside end, and then maybe we'll add in a title as well. Data labels, inside end. Oh, magic. Let's go to chart title and let's edit the chart title. And we'll say price versus resale value. And I'll just say this is for Toyota. Boom. Cool. All right, and that's our beautiful little graph. And we can see that the resale value is not very good. So Land Cruisers don't resale very well. You want the one with the smallest difference. So I guess that's the Celica, I guess. I don't even know what that is. I'll say I don't know my cars either. Sports car. Oh, very cool. All right, let's keep grinding here because we don't have that much time. All right, next, let's create the line chart. So same dealio. We're gonna filter. Oh, we gotta select a whole lot of these apparently. All right, let's see how this goes. Hopefully we can go pretty quick here. Same idea, row labels, manufacturer. We only want the Japanese ones. Acura, Honda, Infinity. Acura, Honda, Infinity. Lexus, Mitsubishi, Nissan. Lexus, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Subaru, Toyota, right? Sweet. And then click any cell of the pivot table. Great. And then we're going to insert line chart, line with markers. Insert line chart. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to edit the chart title, and then we're going to show the labels. Data labels, we're going to show them below, and we're going to edit the chart title to say something like that average retention percent of Japanese auto manufacturers. Sweet. And I think that's it. And then we can get rid of the legend if we want to. Legend, none. Cool. There we go. What a beautiful little graph. It looks exactly like that. Great job, us. High fives all around. So there you go. Once you have some data loaded into Excel, we can see that it's pretty straightforward to choose any of these different types of graphs and create them inside of Excel. So that's kind of our warm-up activity. I think we can save this. Export, download. Ooh, I can't download it as an Excel file though. I may not be able to download this. We'll see. So I go back to my homepage. Do I see it there? Maybe I probably can't download it. Export. Oh, there you go. Download a copy. Boom. Sweet. So that one will go in my live session folder. All right, good job, us. So let's keep grinding here. So that's 3-2, basically our warm-ups. Then we'll go into creating advanced visualizations with Excel. So let's go ahead and do that as well. All right. So as we mentioned, once we get through our soft introduction back into Excel, we got some more videos on how to create more advanced visualizations, such as these scatter plots with the line of best fits, creating pivot charts, all that good stuff, as well as some expert advice and analysis on how to design good visualizations. We'll get more into that in week 6 as well. All right, so let's get into the next activity. We got two options here. I think maybe we'll just see. We'll try and work our way through both of them. I feel like we got time. Maybe. Who knows how long it's going to take me to do a looker chart. All right, cool. So we're back in Excel. Let's download the next lab. And I think we'll start with it. Only because I love Sunburst charts. Maybe we'll see if we do all these. but I love a good Sunburst chart. All right, so let's open up our new document. It's going to be this lab 2, also on the same car sale data set. All right, that has opened. We're going to go to the Sunburst chart. We're going to only select Nissan, and then we're going to select columns B and C and see if we can insert Sunburst. I like it. Sunburst chart, only select Nissan. Select columns B and C. Insert exotic chart. Ooh, hierarchical. Sunburst. I love it. Boom. Oh my God, that worked. I created more of like a donut chart, but it's still pretty cool. The cool sunbursts are the ones with multiple layers. See, that actually worked. Cool. So now we can edit the title. And what else do we need to do with it? Show legend at right. All right, let's do that. Legend, show legend at right. And then we're also going to edit the title. Boom. Sunburst charts are great for when you want to show like children of parents. Let me see if I can find like a real one. Like a real sunburst chart. Yeah, there you go. It would like usually they like something like this, right? Well, let me see if I can find like an easier one. No, that's a dumb one as well. Doesn't mean anything. These all really don't mean anything. But basically, it's a circular graph used to visualize hierarchical data. So I could find a good one. They look really cool, right? I guess this is a fine one. Like my goals. So what are my health goals? My health goals are to average, I achieve my weight and things. And they, you should see like the size of the pie slice should be like the importance that they are. So what's this one? Doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, it usually has like children and parents. So in terms of category. So usually for cars, it would be something like Nissan or manufacturer. And then I actually don't know why they made me filter the manufacturer out. Let me see if I can I'm gonna go off record here. Let's copy the sheets. Right click on the sheet tab to paste. Great. What I want to do here is I'm gonna remove this filter. Where's my chart? I'm gonna delete this chart. How do I delete the chart? Delete. All right, and then what I'm gonna do here, let me so I can select manufacturer and unit sales. So I just held down shift and selected those. So let's see if we can do all three of these. So let's go to insert a hierarchical one. Let's see if we can do another sunburst chart here. It kind of worked. So now if I select Ford, I guess Excel's not very interactive. It kind of, you can see like Ford is going to have these cars, Dodge is going to have these cars, right? And then the slice of the pie is based. I hate how Excel is not interactive. The slice of the pie is going to be like how many cars got sold. So that's typically a better use case for this, but whatever. That's fine. It doesn't have to be the prettiest thing in the world. All right, let's keep moving on here. Scatter chart. What are we going to scatter? Uh, don't want German cars. All right. Oh God. All right, let's go over this. So scatter charts, we're gonna filter our manufacturer only to German car manufacturers. Which is gonna be what? Audi, BMW, Mercedes. Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Volkswagen. Great. Then we're gonna select column E and F, insert a scatter chart. Column E, so we're gonna be looking at price to resale value. Insert, and this middle one's going to be scatter. So there's our beautiful little scatter plot. From there, we're then going to add some labels to it as well as the chart title. So I'm just going to grab the title and then we need to do our axes. So let's do the chart title. To do the axis titles, we can do primary horizontal axis title, and we can edit that as well. So this one, they want us to say just price and then year resale value on the Y. All right, so this is just going to be price And then we can go to axis title, vertical one, and this one can say year resale value. Cool. And then we can get rid of the legend, legend none. Cool. And now we have our full graph here. So I think that looks pretty good. And again, if we wanted to actually do anything else, I wonder if we could do I can't remember how to do the line of best fit on it. So let's pretend that we're not going to do that. Format. I don't think there's anything on the format side. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, we can see there's a strong linear pattern here. As the price goes up, the resale value also goes up. So a car that's sold for 90,000, you could resell it for 65 apparently. All right, I'm not going to do the histogram one. I'll leave that as an exercise for the reader. Cool. All right. Let's keep moving on here. Let's move into part two. For the second part of the story, we're going to be creating a simple dashboard in Excel. Basically, now that we know how to create all these visualizations, how do we put them all in a one sheet and allow them all to be seen and consumed at the same time? The first sheet, I'm going to skip this first part. All it's doing is copying all of the graphs into their own separate sheets, which is kind of silly. And then exercise two, we'll need to, oh yeah, then they do this other one where they create all these other tabs and pivot charts and tables and things. So we're going to skip down to exercise two here. So we're going to grab this one, this exercise two start. So they've already created the visualizations. They've already put them all on the right sheet for us. And basically what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and select and drag everything to be in the right spot and resize them. And we can then remove the grid lines and headings. We'll see how this works. So let's see. This is our capstone for Excel here. So I closed my tab. Womp womp. Let's go back to Excel on the web. Upload the file. And hopefully we see all of our visualizations that we just need to organize. Yeah, there we go. So we have all this nonsense, all these graphs just thrown on here. They're all interactive though, I think. I think this one, oh, there's a couple of these that we couldn't do on the web, right? That's why they did them on desktop. Some of them also violate Tufty. Again, like three-dimensional bar charts and three-dimensional pie charts. They're usually a no-go. All right, let's see what we can do here. They want us to create our dashboard to look something like this. Row one, they want the bar chart, manufacturer, and retention. So let's see what we can do here. I'm just gonna move things around a little bit. We'll resize our bar chart, shove that up at the top. Oop, we made it a little bit bigger. Then what? Manufacturer, resize it, and retention. Lovely. Look how beautiful that is. Then we want, okay, fine. We'll make the bar chart wider. My bar chart, my labels are being cut off or overlapped. There we go. That's a little bit easier. Manufacturer and then retention. We can even make retention a little bit bigger if we wanted. All right, cool. On the second row, we're going to go per factor unit sales model. So we were close. Unit sales and so it looks something like that. Again, we can use the grid lines to help us align everything. That looks fine. I guess if you really want it to be like all the way a good fit, we could do that and make this a little bit bigger. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, whatever, something like that. Close enough. Make this a bit bigger. I don't know, whatever. It looks something like that. So we got a cute little dashboard going. From here, we can uncheck grid lines and headings. So let's go to view, and we're going to uncheck grid lines and headings, which only leaves our blank white space here. And then we want to select Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and Volkswagen. So to do that, we're going to go here. Let's see what we can do. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so we want Audi. Oh, whoops. Audi, Shift, BMW. No, Control. Audi, BMW. I'm holding on Control to do my multi-select. Audi, BMW, Mercedes. Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and Volkswagen. There we go. So there's my five German cars here. And then click on the bar chart area, touch the chart tab. We want to change average price versus resale of German car models. For which one? The bar chart? Oh, my bar chart. Uh, add a title. Boom. There's my title. All right. So hopefully it's happy with that. And it should look hopefully similar to this thing, which I think is true. I think ours looks similar. The only thing that doesn't is going to be, oh. In the model slicer, click the clear filter. Clear filter. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. So with that one cleared out, yeah, we should look really close to this. Cool. I'm happy. I think we look pretty close to that. So yeah, and this is like a very rudimentary dashboard. Again, like when it's Excel, right? You can only do as much as you can with something like this. So with Excel, we can create these graphs, we can create these visualizations. This looks pretty good. And it's a little interactive, right? I can hover over stuff, click on things, apply these filters. And that interactivity is what really drives exploration, self-serve analytics, and data discovery, right? And that's going to be some of the big ideas that translate into business intelligence tools, as well as how do we get this to scale, right? What if our data is too big for Excel? What if we have to connect multiple data sets together? That's also a pain to do in Excel, right? That's again is primarily where the business intelligence tooling comes into play. All right, so I'm going to export this guy, and then I think we're going to continue moving on with our content here. I think that's our last Excel, so I can get rid of Excel. Sweet. All right, so moving on. Definitely participate in the discussion. I think a few students already have, so I thought this was a good discussion. But let's pop into the last unit here, which is going to be on business intelligence tooling. I'm going to skip over Cognos because it's not required for the capstone. And the capstone, we're going to be using Looker, but at least we'll preview it here in the media set on the first activity. And then we'll do a quick activity with Looker and a wrap. All right. So as we kind of already talked a lot about dashboards, just the limitations of Excel, especially in terms of scale, automation, and multiple data sets, as well as like getting data transformations before visualization, or even like integrating with AI or machine learning models. So BI, business intelligence, and BI tools are something you should all be really familiar with. IBM Cognos is IBM Cloud's native BI tool. All of your favorite cloud providers have one. Microsoft Power BI, Amazon QuickSight, Google Looker, and then some other ones, Salesforce Tableau, and Qlik. I think Qlik is still independently owned, but they've been around for like 30 years. Cool. So IBM Cognos is included in your IBM Cloud free trial that we're going to be going back and forth with through all 10 weeks of the boot camp here. So if you haven't already played around with it, definitely do. It's pretty cool. You can do your drag and drop. You can connect it to different data sources. These videos go in depth about how to do this. I would watch the videos, even if you don't care about IBM Cognos and you only care about Power BI or Tableau, still watch the videos. Again, a lot of what we're talking about this week transcends the tools, right? Especially in BI. A lot of the dashboard design concepts, data storytelling, color, right? Impactful with data dimensionality and not lying with data. All of that transcends the tooling, right? So definitely watch the videos, keep an eye out for a lot of that, and you'll see how you can create these really awesome interactive visualizations within IBM Cognos Analytics, as well as with other business intelligence tooling. There is an activity for IBM Cognos. I'm gonna not do it live, but I'll show kind of the last part here. It walks you through setting up IBM Cognos, connecting to a data set using your free trial. and then creating an interactive dashboard with your grid, your widgets, as they call it, right? Adding in your filters as well as your measures and dimensions, which again, this is all similar parlance and vocabulary for Tableau, Power BI, Looker. So again, try to interact with this as much as you can, but know that it doesn't really matter what BI tool you end up working with in the real world. Um, cool. You'll see that some of the use cases for these BI tools over Excel is that we can do more customization. We can have custom expressions, custom calculations, all that good stuff. You can exclude data visualizations or exclude data points, right? Or change the colors of things as well. Set limits, set access labels, set access constraints, all that good stuff. So at the end, you should be able to create some really cool dashboards like this. Notice how this has multiple visualizations. It has high level metrics or aggregation calls, or KPIs, or key performance indicators. Average margin 93.29 right there at the top, right? We have color. Our eye is drawn to the pink, to the purple. Everything complements each other. We have good labels and tags. I would probably add, we have good access titles. All of that looks really well done. So again, all of this is being informative and telling a data story here. And again, looking at this, I can see that urban folks are more likely to buy more technology like photography and video games, or rural is going to be more remote work, computers, and home office product lines. So just like I've looked at this for like 2 seconds and I was able to get conclusions from it, right? The story that data is trying to tell you. And that's the whole point of BI tools, to have these robust, interactive, automative, scaled data interactive visualizations that truly tell a data story and lead you to actionable insights. All right, so for our last hands-on activity today is to be hands-on with a Google Looker. Oh yeah, they even name dropped a bunch of them: Tableau, Power BI, Google Looker, Zoho, etc. So we're going to start using Looker, which should be free as long as you have like a Gmail. So I think we'll walk the first. I'll open up all three parts here. Well, and then I think we'll skim through this. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we go because I know 3.9 is like the one I wanted to get to. All right, so Looker Studio is kind of rebranded to Data Studio. So this is what it looked like for me when I logged in. I had to also like click something to like give it access to my Google account. So I got to sign in to Looker Data Studio, and then you should be able to see something that looks like this. So the first thing we're going to do is create a data source, and we need to be, I'll walk you through how to do that. I think I'm going to be connecting to this one, the Customer Loyalty Program CSV. So I'm going to download that, and then let's go connect to it as a data source. So let's go create data source and complete your account setup. I thought I did this already. A student. Continue. Uh, I don't want anything from them. Continue. Cool. So it's going to let me find a data source. The one that we want to do is a file upload. So we can actually just type that in up here. File upload, and hopefully something shows up. There we go. CSV file upload is what we're going to do. We're going to authorize it. And then let's create this data set. Let's just call this, I don't know what we're going to call it. I already forgot what we're downloaded. Customer loyalty program. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and there's my CSV. Cool. So that's fully uploaded, and we should be good to go here after that's done. Once it is uploaded, we're going to hit connect, and then we should be able to see what it looks like. And then we're going to click create report. Yep, so there's the whole schema of it. So let's hit connect up here at the top. I guess we can rename this as well. Customer loyalty. I guess this allows us to upload or connect to multiple data files if we wanted to. So let's connect, and hopefully that worked. Sweet. Here is my data. We see what it looks like in terms of its field, dimensions, measures. We can get a preview of the dimensions if we wanted to see some of this. Hopefully that actually loads. Did and count. Pretty cool. So there we go. We can see some data analytics happening here off the cuff. Low key, I love Google's like Google Cloud and their UI. I think it's really good for more casual learners. All right, so let's create our reports and hopefully like something like this. Create report up here at the top. That's gonna launch our Data Studio Looker report. And if all goes well, it should look like this. Yes, add to report. Boom. All right, and we have the data popped up here on the right. And then we also have kind of our different layout here on the left. So let's see if we can follow along and see what we have to do here. By default, the summary table will appear as the per data source, if you say so. Click the title. We're going to rename it to Simple Dashboard. Let's try and do that. Simple Dashboard. Next, we can close the data and properties panes on the right side of the page. All right, data and properties. Okay. From there, we're going to use the report editor. So to add a new chart, we're going to click on Add a Chart. And you can see all the different graphs we can make. And we're going to add a control. Okay, so we can show both of these things. So we can add a chart to create a graph. Look at all these different graphs we can make. I think I saw a Sunburst chart on here somewhere. Oh yeah, donut charts, pie charts, gauge charts. And then we can also add a page to our dashboard. We can add data and we can add controls. Adding a control allows us to add filters, right? So we can have a drop-down filter, we can have an input, a checkbox, a date range, all this other good stuff. Um, let's see. And then we can share the report with others. We can invite our colleagues. We can add pages, all that good stuff. And then being able to fit width of everything, and then as well as adding in a theme. So let's see if we can grab a theme. Let's go to File, and then let's go to Theme and Layout. So go to File, Theme and Layout, and hopefully that pops something up for me. Properties, data. No, I guess I didn't do anything when I clicked it. Use the theme to modify the default theme, or it's like one of the predefined themes for your report. Yeah, why did that not pop up for me? Oh, there it is. Theme and layout. I guess it's not working for me either. Maybe it's my ad blocker. Theme and layout. Nope, it's still not working for me. All right, so maybe I can't load the theme, but that is what it is. All right, let's keep moving. And then we can create the simple report. Let's do this real quick. Let's create a couple line charts. So let's go do that. Let's add a chart. We're gonna do a line chart, and we can just shove that here. And then in that line chart, we want to use product line and quantity sold. So we don't want any of this. Year, we want year as my down dimension is going to be what? Product line. Um, and then this is going to be what? Quantity sold. Boom. Quantity sold. Oh my God, it actually worked. Look at that. Look at our beautiful little line chart. It's gorgeous. Great job, us. Then we can drag order year to the dimension to replace first name. We already did that, right? did all this. So we already swapped out all of our features correct, and then we can style it. So let's style it. If I click on it and go to style over here, we can show the title, and then we can edit that as we want to. We can edit our fonts, we can edit our colors, right? Manage dimension value colors if you want to do that as well. We can define some color mappings if we wanted to as well, which I'm not going to do just for the sake of time here. Let's see, we can move the title. I should be able to text or add in text and stuff. I guess edit, show properties, more. I guess we could hide the title. That's what they wanted. Hide the title and then add in your own custom title up here at the top. Hello, this is my awesome dashboard. And then we can change the font of that if we wanted. We can make it blue. We can jack it up to be huge and make it bold. Why not? Cool. So there's my little title. Why not, right? How fun. All right. Good stuff. Let's see. I wanted to, oh yeah, we could add a scorecard. Let's go do that. So we talked about showing like big things at the top. We can go to add chart. We can add a scorecard, which is one of these big numbers up here. And we'll see what it automatically picks. Quantity sold. I love it. 396, 100. Why not? Cool. And then we can make that big and bold and styled if we wanted to, but I don't have time. Awesome. What else? Oh, yeah, we're close enough to that. I guess if we wanted to add revenue, sure, we'll finish off our dashboard. Why not? I'm just moving stuff around. All right, so they wanted another scorecard. Why not? Boom. And this one's going to be revenue. And hopefully that's total revenue. There we go. Looks good. 228, 741, 556. Sweet. And if all goes well, we should be looking something close to this, which it looks like we are. Cool. Good job, us. I don't think I can download this. Download as PDF. Why not? Here's my beautiful little chart. Great. We'll make sure that's in my GitHub so you can see my beautiful looker chart. Preparing PDF. All right. Cool. So let's continue on. I'm not gonna do all three of these here. Yeah, we're not gonna create a other one. And I'm not gonna bother creating this either. So there's some cool things in here, like creating the word clouds, creating your scatter plot, your bubble charts, adding in your labels, all the customizations with everything as well. It's pretty cool you can do in Looker, but again, I don't necessarily have time to go over everything. The last thing that I wanted to cover though was the Looker part of 3.9, or at least as much as I'm able to do. So here is our work, and we're gonna do they do Excel and then they do Looker. We're gonna go just straight to the Looker. We're gonna we're gonna work on creating a dashboard of automotives and cars, and we're gonna try and visualize it. So see how this goes. So the data set, I already downloaded the data set. Put all the files into your drive. Use the Google Sheets, connect these Excel worksheets, add data into your report. Oh God. Import all of them. For 2 pages. On one page with 5 different visuals, develop a sales dashboard. And then a search. And we'll just do probably one of these. On the sales dashboard, capture the following. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be trying to create here. Okay. I just gotta make sure I upload the right data. I don't know what data set it wants me to use. Just the AU daily sales. Is that just the only one that it wants? I downloaded all these. but they are kind of crazy is the problem. I think it's just AU daily sales. Is that all we need for this? Hopefully, that's all we need. Service on the service dashboard. Oh, recalls. There's recalls and sentiments. Oh, they want all. Yes, they want all of them. Quantity of cars sold. All right, let's just try our best here. Let's go create another data source. So we're gonna create another data source. This is 3.9 for the Looker one. So we're gonna create a new data source. I'm gonna do the file upload again. Let's create a new data set. Let's call this like car data, whatever. And then we want to load up all of these CSVs and hopefully that works. Cool. So for car data, hopefully, oh, it's getting errors. Invalid column names. Expected column header names. What? Sense to me. Why one kill? I know it takes forever to delete when it didn't even upload. Bar daily sales. Oh, I guess I have to upload them one at a time. See if that works. So it didn't work. Why? Oh, is it just one? Oh, I guess we have to just upload one file. I guess this is like a data set's a table. Oh, that's annoying. I was gonna take forever. I think they're all trying to conform all those CSVs to the schema of AU dealers, which obviously is never gonna work. I also don't know why customer loyalty is still here. Come on, it's almost 9:30. We gotta wrap this up. I guess we'll rename this one to AU dealers. This is so dumb. We have to do this for every single CSV. Create dataset AU daily sales. AU daily sales. So that worked. So what's the next one? AU car recalls. AU car recalls. Oh, sucks. It's gonna take forever. AU car models. We got AU sales by model. AU sentiments. One, two, three, four, five. AU sales by model. Hopefully, it's all of our data that we need. One, two, three, four, five, six. Great. So now I guess we can create more untitled data sources. I'm gonna go to this customer loyalty one. Hopefully, we don't need it. And then I'm gonna call this, well, let me rename this one too. Rename to AU dealers. And we'll call this car data. All right, let's connect here and hopefully we can build a report. One, two, three, four. We have 6 files. Great. Let's create a report and we're gonna try and uh hopefully we have all of our data to it. My data sources. I see what data I have in here. Car data. What? What's the rest of my data? I'm so confused. Do I have to connect all of them? I don't know how to connect all. Maybe that's what I get for not doing following along with all the documentation. What? What? Oh, I get the rest of my columns. What? Let's see, we're just struggle busing here. Should have asked Gemini how to do this. We tried our best. I don't get it. I don't get what I'm missing here. Uh, yeah, I don't even have like sales or anything. Where's the rest of my data files? Oh my God. I don't have time for this. We may just have to end the lecture. Toolbar, click add data. Click connect to the data page, connect the CSV file upload, create data set, create add. Simple dashboard. Manage added data. So I gotta do manage added data sources. What is this? Out of my life. Like, get out of my life. Resource, manage added data sources. I guess I have to add. I can't just have. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I have to add each one of these as their own data source. This is so dumb. All right, let's do AU daily sales, I guess. I guess we'll reconnect as only AU. So this is only be AU daily sales, I guess. All right. AU, we also still don't have a total for sales either. I don't even know what it wants us to create. These instructions are terrible. What does it want us to even do? Dealer ID, sales, quantity sold? None of these things are even here. I wish it would tell us which data set I wanted. I don't have time to do this, to be honest. Quantity sold. Okay, so this is the one. AU sales by model. Thanks for not being descriptive on that. So I guess I want this AU sales by model. Whatever. So then over here, we need to, I guess, recreate this report. Okay. And then that's my one byte. And then we can add data and we can add in other CSV ones. Okay, that's so dumb. So we also want like sentiment, for example, right? Oh, I guess it's good that I actually uploaded them already. Okay, so maybe this is how we do it. I was doing it right. So we upload all the CSVs into data sets. We connect to one of them. Okay, there it goes. And that brings it in. So now we should have AU sentiment up here as well. Yay. Okay, cool. All right. This was more difficult than it needed to be. We also need recalls, right? All right, let's just start saying how much we can make from, I guess we can do that for all six of these. Well, maybe we'll just add in a couple other ones. We said daily sales or sales by model was the first one. All right. So let's keep going here. So only two left. So we need the daily, do the dealers and the daily sales. So that's all of our different data sets finally. So now we can actually start building our thing now. So we want to create something that looks like this. Sales. So we can add in our free form text. I'll call it sales. Make it huge. Make it bold. Great. Then it wants us to add in a scorecard. We'll shove one in here. And for this, we want it to be not record count, quantity sold. We want it to be our data, I guess, and we want it to be quantity, sum of quantities sold. Yay, 58, 118. Oh my God, look at us doing things. Amazing. All right, quantity sold. Great. What's next? Profit. We're gonna add a chart, add a scorecard, drag and drop, and then this is gonna be profit. Great. Still coming from my, I wish I hadn't called it card data. This is the AU sales by model or whatever it is. So 78 million. There we go. Sweet. I don't know how they formatted it. So we'll just leave it as it is. I don't know. I guess we could try and format it correctly. We have to format it as a number, but I don't have time. So let's just keep going. Average quantity sold. So same idea. We're gonna insert, or no, we're gonna add a chart. We're gonna add another scorecard, and same idea. This is gonna be quantity sold, but we're not gonna sum it. Oh, that's how you display it too. We're gonna average it. There you go, 19.37. Is that right? 19.379. So let's style our profit number. I should be able to display it as a number with no decimals. Oh, womp womp. All right. Number, custom number format. I guess we could do it as like a nope. I guess we need to customize this, maybe without any decimals. No, I don't know what I'm doing. 1,235. I wanted it to be like an M. Whatever. I'm not, I'm not, I'm done with this. I don't have time. We'll just set this as a default, whatever. All right, cool. Let's make a couple graphs here so we can call this a day. Quantity sold as a bar chart. Let's try and do that. Add a chart. It's gonna be a bar chart. Shove it here, and it needs to be model on the X, quantity sold on the Y. So on the X, it's gonna be model, and on the Y, we got quantity sold. It's beautiful. What a beautiful graph. All right, and the last one here is profit by dealer. So let's do that as well. Maybe we'll make this one a little bit shorter. All right, so let's go to add a chart, and this will be a another bar chart that we'll shove in there, and this will be dealer and then profit. So I guess it'll be something like that. So hopefully our boy 1301. Oh, they got 1288. 1288 would be slightly higher than him. So hopefully, I don't know. Maybe it'll look something like that. Cool. All right, so that's our little dashboard. Go us. And then I guess just for how do I escape? I don't want to select it. God. As you say, as I select the bars, everything's interactive and everything updates. I can't figure out how to not select it though. Escape, escape, escape. Nope. Whatever. We can also add a control. Let's just add in a um uh, date range control. Select a date range. I guess I don't have anything in the data to bring the date range. Um, drop down list. Sure, by model. I guess we could do it by year. So hopefully I should have select like years. There we go. So I only want to see 2023. That now filters everything for me. Cool. I love it. That's great. Let's download this as a full dashboard. Come at me. Download as PDF. Let's see if I can get a theme. Can I get a theme? Oh, we do have a theme. Let's see if we can make it sexy. Let's just shove in executive a simple dark. I'm a good dark mode guy. Love it. I wish I could just figure out how to show all these bars. How do I get rid of it? Reset. Aha. Magic. Cool. And then if we wanted, we could sort this the other way too. Sort profit descending. There you go. Cool. So now that matches our screenshot. Lovely. Beautiful. File download as a PDF. And now we should have a beautiful dashboard that we can send out on emails and things. Did that download? Oh, there it is. Wow. That's beautiful. We love a good liquor dashboard. All right. Good stuff here, y'all. I think that's all I got for this week. So let's recap, go over our big ideas and call it. Oh, we're gonna do the quiz. Let's do the quiz real quick. This is the Unit 3 quiz. Let's knock this out, and then we'll do our big ideas and wrap. What's one capability of line charts? Line charts allow us to, I guess, compare different but related data sets. It's a silly question. Line charts are used to show patterns over time. In the video interview, I didn't watch the video. One expert mentions two software programs to help highlight important information. What were the two software programs? I'm guessing PowerPoint and Excel. What type of chart shows the relative contribution of unit sales from Ford? Relative contribution should be a pie chart. Percent of whole is how I read that. How does a pivot chart differ from a regular chart? A pivot chart data uses aggregations. I guess a pivot chart uses data from a pivot table. Duh. What's the main difference between area and column charts? I guess it's D. A column uses vertical bars and an area chart uses data points. This is not right. Like this doesn't make any sense. B, area charts don't use horizontal bars. C, an area chart doesn't use vertical bars. It's like uses lines, which I guess is a data point. Whatever. We'll go with D. What kind of data works best with maps? Geographic data. What are spark lines used for? To show data trends. Why not? I actually gonna Google this one real quick. I think it's data trends. Yeah, look at me knowing things. All right, we'll go with show data trends. Which of the following statements best describes the main purpose of a dashboard? To provide a static data findings report on your business data. It's not static though. To display the most important information in a single place, to analyze different types of data. This is dumb. I'm going with A here. To display all your charts in one location, I guess. It could also be B. It could also be D. Which features in Excel enable you to control what information is displayed? Filters. Which of the following tasks you perform before creating a dashboard? Uh, I guess remove blank data rows. Before creating a dashboard, I guess you need to create visualizations. Maybe that's first. Format the data as a table. Format the data as a CSV. Some weird ones. Some C technically, I guess. We're gonna go A and B here. How can you filter on a particular data field in Cognos? Drag the filter field at the top of the page under the relevant data field area. Type in the name of the field in the filters area. Drag the data field to the this tab area at the top of the page. And then you have to drag the relevant data field to the filter area. I guess if we'll go C, we'll see how we do. What was the first thing we do when creating a new dashboard? Choose a template layout. Upload a spreadsheet or workbook. Select visualizations. I don't know. We'll go A here. How do you create infographics? Drag and drop a widget-shaped icon onto a visualization. These are weird answers too. Ask the assistant. Modify navigation paths. Use exclude. None of those have anything to do with infographics. All right, whatever. We'll see how we do, and I'll review my wrong answers. Should have looked at one of y'all's. Oh, we didn't get too bad. We passed. We'll take a pass. We got one correct. We got two correct. We're killing. We got three correct. We got the first five correct. Got the first seven. Oh my God, we killed it. All right, we missed eight. The main purpose of a digital dashboard, I guess, is to, I don't know. We'll see what it wants. Maybe it's D, to display the most important or relevant information in a single place. We got nine correct. 10, we missed one. I guess C, format the data as a table, but isn't it a table? I think it also wants C here. 11, we also got wrong. I'm not sure what the answer is. Maybe it's D. And then we got the last two right. So we didn't do that bad. We didn't do that bad. Yeah, we just missed the Cognos one, which I'm pretty sure is D. And then we also missed this one. Main purpose of a dashboard. I think it's D. These are all dumb answers though. So yeah, I guess if you're watching this and I still have a chance to update your grade book, let me know if you want your grades changed on any of the quizzes. These are some silly answers in my opinion for some of these. But most of them are pretty good. And like I said, you need to go with the quiz as choosing the best answer. Even if multiple answers could be the right one, which one is best is the one that you should go with. All right, let's wrap this up. I got my big ideas here. Let me make sure we covered everything. The whole point of this module is to turn analysis into insight. Visualization is all about communication, right? We got to communicate trends, comparisons, outliers. We want to quickly call out things in our data that could be useful in making decisions. Tables are good, but they can be hard to interpret quickly, especially if you're just looking at a giant table. It's like, what the heck here? How do we compare things over time? Use the right chart type for the question, right? Know your percent of whole versus change over time versus categories versus numerical correlations. Excel can be used as a visualization tool. And if you're in Excel or Google Sheets, then definitely use it as a visualization tool as well. It'll supplement your spreadsheets and use it for creating better communication to business users. Dashboards allow us to bring multiple visualizations and views together. While a chart can answer one question, a dashboard can answer several related questions all at once. How you lay out the dashboard affects how people consume it. Make sure you have good titles and labels, good fonts, good colors, logical chart placement. Again, with dashboards, you want to go top to bottom, left to right in terms of your most important to least important viz or number on the dashboard. Let's see. Data storytelling turns your chart into a decision. We don't just make a dashboard for the sake of it. We have to use it to drive storytelling and decision making and actionable insights. BI tools like Cognos, Looker, Tableau, Power BI allow us to scale and be more interactive and shareable versus just a static or basic spreadsheet. While you may use many different BI and visualization tools in your life and in this boot camp, the big ideas all stay the same, even if the little clicks and drop downs and things change. Everything has dimensions, measures, filters, interactivity, all that jazz. Everything connects. You have to get data from your raw source, bring it in, clean it up, make your machine learning models, predictions, then feed that into downstream dashboards, interactivity, and visualizations, right? And pass that on to make data decisions. Data does not speak for itself. Your job as a data analyst is to translate what the data has to tell you and turn that into actionable insights. Boom. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you for watching the class. This will be up on my YouTube in the Data Analytics IBM playlist. If you're still in the official bootcamp, we have about 2 more weeks left. So hopefully you can watch this before you get too deep into the capstone and use this to help you create your Looker dashboards for the bootcamp capstone project at the end here. Our next live session will be on Tuesday. Expect the video for that to be up soon. And then I think everything in our submissions for the capstone needs to be in the next week, week and a half, and I'll have all the grades done in the next couple of weeks. Done here at the end of June. Pretty exciting. All right. Good luck, everybody. Look for the other couple of back lectures to be up in the next week or so. And I will see you in the forums, in the comments, and in the next live session. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend and good luck in the capstone if you're working on it, or good luck following the rest of these video lectures for the IBM Data Analytics Data IBM Data Analyst Professional Certificate. There we go. I got it. All right. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Talk soon. Cue the outro music. Do. Bye, everybody.